Hi, welcome back to Talk of the Town. Dr. Fred Freeman with Coastal Carolina Hospital talks about allergies and asthma, the differences, the similarities, and the treatments. Dr. Freeman, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
So tell us a little bit about your specialty.
Well, I'm an otolaryngologist, which is a difficult name to pronounce, but I'm an ear, nose, and throat specialist, so I diagnose diseases of the ear, nose, and throat and related diseases.
And talk a little bit about allergies and their prevention.
Well, part of the training in ENT is the management of allergies, and especially in the low country, the spring, there's pollen, everybody sees that in the morning, the heavy yellow pollen on their cars, and the springtime is probably the difficult time of the year because the pollen is the heaviest. So patients will exhibit sneezing, runny nose, scratchy eyes, the usual allergy symptoms, but there's a lot of management and treatment possibilities to deal with those. And
they occur most often in the spring. Why is that?
Because of the heavy pollen.
Okay.
The weeds do not pollinate until the fall, but typically in the springtime you have grasses and trees pollinating at the same time. So there's a heavy count, and that's why you see it covered everywhere.
And so can allergies be cured?
Well, they can be managed.
Okay.
And there's many modalities, and one of the key management is immunotherapy, where shots are, patients are tested in the office, which is all done in our office. And once a patient develops certain allergies, they can be detected by scratch testing, which is on the back, and it's not painful, it takes about an hour.
Okay.
And we'll be able to determine what you're allergic to and develop a treatment plan. But there's also other methods like medications, irrigations, and a lot of other issues.
Interesting. So are asthma and allergies, how are they the same? How are they different?
Well, asthma can be caused by allergies.
Oh, okay.
And what happens is the allergies affect the trachea, the windpipe, and as a result, you get increased mucus, and that's what causes allergic and asthmatic symptoms, and that can be life-threatening.
And so when you have asthma, what are the exact, so the causes are always allergies?
Not necessarily,
Okay.
but very commonly, especially in this area of the country. So when you determine that from allergy testing. So you determine if it's an allergic problem or a non-allergic problem, especially patients who've smoked in the past or have been exposed to asbestos or environmental problems.
And are there things that we could change in our lives to reduce the risk of asthma?
Absolutely. Being careful what you eat, careful your home environment, if you're allergic to dust, frequent vacuuming, wear a mask when you're mowing the lawn, different things that can help you having the allergic response, which can be life-threatening, as I mentioned.
And so I know from my own personal experience of hearing people, I'm really blessed not to have allergies or asthma, but when people suffer from that, a lot of times they're concerned that, I guess they're confused. Do I have a cold? Do I have allergies? Do I have asthma? Do a lot of times those, I guess, roll into a cold or sinus infections?
Well, if you have allergies and you have a cold, that can precipitate those symptoms, or especially asthma.
Okay.
So the main thing is, if you have persistent symptoms over 3 or 4 days, you should consult it with your physician and make sure that it's not a cold or is an asthma flare-up or an allergy flare-up. And sometimes it's difficult to evaluate it, but being an ENT doctor, we have the tools to evaluate that problem using scopes and testing, etc.
And are most treatments prescription, or are there other over-the-counter products?
Well, a lot of the allergy medicines are over-the-counter now, but there's a fair amount that are still by prescription. And of course, when patients go on allergy immunotherapy or shot therapy, it's done through our office, and it's almost like a prescription. And we allow patients to give eventually self-injections, where they'll be able to continue with their lifestyle and not being restricted to come to the office every week to get a shot.
Great. And so where are your office locations?
Well, I have 2 offices. I have an office on Hilton Head, 8 Hospital Center Drive, Suite 110, and also in Hardyville, 1010 Medical Center Drive, Suite 210.
Okay, Dr. Freeman, great information. We appreciate you coming today.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And we'll be right back with Talk of the Town.